is a D6 generation pip. Yeah, one of those dots on the side of a six-sided die. Yeah, a pip. You know, a short pip. Little something. Yeah, about anything gaming related. Sometimes featuring Craig, sometimes featuring Russ. We'll see what's coming up today. Who would like to summarize what happened last time? And then, Dan, you're off the hook this week for summarizing because you weren't there, but you may be called upon to summarize next time. So see, you'll learn that I am a very low effort dungeon master. So I like to offload as much responsibility onto other players as possible. So Seppi or Rafe, who wants to summarize what happened last time? Do you remember?
I'll volunteer, Seppi, unless you want to go. If somebody tells me.
No, if you're going to volunteer, your enthusiasm beats whatever I have.
Alderleaf. Okay.
Okay. The word is alderleaf.
Oh.
Alderleaf. Russ, are we introducing ourselves like, listeners and characters so that the listeners know or no?
The listeners have already heard the first 4
I know.
sessions.
It's like in case they're jumping in.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, Rafe. Introduce your character.
All right. So I'm Rafe Hollywood Granger. I'm very excited to be here tonight with Seppi and Doc. And here's the backstory. So I play a female halfling rogue named Euphemia Lightfoot. And light is spelled with an E. So light E foot. But the E is silent. And my character is she's a great character, actually. She's a damage dealing machine, but she wouldn't know what to look at her. And she will really go the distance for her friends. And where we are in the story, I should introduce Seppi and his character. Go ahead, Seppi. Introduce yourself.
I'm Pyric Starfinder, Sage of the North.
And what's your character?
That's all.
Pyric is a enigma and a set of ambiguities of all types in a sort of a mage-like package. He is obsessed with the stories and people of the region and will constantly talk more than people would want.
I did warn Doc that Seppi and I are wont to role play for 20 minutes. We might role play an exchange in the back of an oxen cart because we think that's fun. So for the listeners listening, I hope that they don't get too bored by that droll at the same time. And we are missing Mogrid the Butcher. We don't know what happened. And Sildar Hallwinter and Gundren Rockseeker
they're still there. They're still standing there in the yard with you. But their players are missing. So they were played by 3 players who are going to be on hiatus for an undetermined amount of time.
Yes.
And we'll explain what's happening to their characters momentarily. But as of this moment, they're still standing exactly where we left them at the end of last session.
All right. And Doc, do you want to introduce yourself and your character, or do you want to wait till you appear?
Don't introduce your character yet. But you can say hi.
All right.
Hello. Hello there.
All right. Well, welcome to this insanity. I have a little word for our GM, Russ. Russ, I have to say that this is a very fun role-playing adventure that you've created. I enjoy the setting. I like how you DM. I like how you make it risky, but yet just fun and easy to play. I just think you're doing a great job.
Well, sucking up will not get you better dice results.
Oh, do I get a point of inspiration for that?
Thank you. And I should say we are playing in a pre-made adventure from Wizards of the Coast called the Lost Mines of Falandir. So this was a free adventure they were giving out during COVID. Right. So I grabbed it, but then I've been adding little things. But we are set in the Sword Coast. And little behind the curtains, we're actually set in the same Sword Coast that the other D&D campaigns I run are also set in.
Oh.
It allows me to have fun character crossovers occasionally, which may or may not happen. But also things that happened in these other campaigns may or may not affect what you guys do, and vice versa, which is kind of fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Setting up Lord Hallwinter's fiefdom then hopefully will be a thing.
If you leave enough Nord around, someone's going to pick some up. So.
All right.
So, Rafe, what happened last time? You didn't give as much backstory as you want, but where are our heroes at the moment?
Here's where we are. It started out when a cousin of Gundren, as I remember it, went missing. And so we were essentially hired to go find him. And so that was the oxen cart that you heard us talk about. And we're going along the road when, lo and behold, we find some dead horses, and we recognize those horses to be Gundren's cousin's horses or something. So then Seppi and I, by ourselves, the other three characters did absolutely nothing. We completely took down a goblin den.
Maybe exaggerating something.
One of my favorite moves was that Euphemia, being a halfling, has the ability to move through a square if the creature is medium or large. So I scooted through the legs of the enemy, popped up from behind, and backstabbed the...
What kind of enemy was it?
Oh, what was it again, Seppi? I want to say ogre, but it wasn't an ogre.
Nope.
Oh, bugbear.
It was a bugbear.
It's a bugbear. Oh, who strangely, Doc, to this day, we don't know, was making this incredible soup. Like Russ was talking about that the smells coming out of the soup were so tasty.
And do you remember what you didn't kill the bugbear?
No, Seppi did something. He converted him into becoming an archaeologist.
Seppi, what did you do with the bugbear?
Well, he was the first convert to the new faith of Lord Lightwinter.
And what was the plans to do with the bugbear, his cooking ability, and the old goblin lair?
Oh, that's the origination of the Cave Inn.
The Cave Inn, INN, which is going to be a soup and food restaurant now run by a very talented bugbear chef.
Who's been scarred by the power of the Nord,
right,
and now believes in the Soul Forger.
Yes.
Under penalty of not very nice things.
Yes. And that led us to my aunt's house, which is Kayleen Alderleaf.
Yes, just one more fill-in. So one of the things you found there were a bunch of stolen supplies and caravans, which you then took back to the nearby town of Phandalin, which is where Euphemia's aunt lives. So on the way back to the town, Rafe, you may continue.
Yes, and so we are bringing back the goods that the bugbear and goblin stole back to the town, which name escapes me.
Phandalin.
But it's Vandalin?
Phandalin.
Yes.
Phandalin, yeah.
That's where my aunt lives.
Yes.
So we go to my aunt's, and at the same time, Seppi helps me procure, which is to say he looks the other way. We go to my aunt, and on the hill is the evil manor, where the evil stuff's afoot. And
it's an abandoned manor that you guys are assuming there's evil happening there.
Yes. And my nephew...
You know the name of the manor?
No.
Okay.
Manor of Doom.
No,
my nephew...
You know Phandalin well because of your aunt living there, and you've spent a lot of time there.
Yes.
So the name of the manor is Tressendar Manor, which is the one up on the hill overlooking all of Phandalin as well.
Yes. And my little nephew, he found a secret passageway up through the cavern, not the cavern, but like a chasm or some sort of secret passage up to the evil manor.
He claims that's true, yes.
And then we were beset upon by what I remember as ninjas. They jumped over the walls.
Not ninjas.
They attacked us. I do remember.
What a terribly mean DM.
Seppi yet again did save the day with an amazing combination of spells, which I can't remember, but I do remember it was like he just thought outside of the box.
So so this leads us to what's on the screen right now, which is Euphemia's aunt's farm. She is a halfling. Euphemia is a halfling. This is their little halfling farm in the middle of Phandalin here. And you guys were spending the night there, or you guys except for Doc, were spending the night there when the farm was set upon by these ruffians dressed in red. And they started to pitch what looked like what we describe modern times as Molotov cocktails at the house, while the three fighters... the dwarven cleric and the two human fighters, plus the halfling, Euphemia, started to fight them off. Pyrrhic spent most of his time, he had this little bucket. You'll see this little bucket on the screen. This little bucket icon. It was flying around with a levitation spell. Not levitation, but a similar spell. I forget the exact spell.
Magic hands!
And it was pulling water out of the well near the north part of the property here, just north of Morgred. If you scroll up a little bit, you can see the well. And flying around and dumping it. And then also thinking outside the box, Pyric was shooting, yelling for the Nord, and shooting Ray of Frost at any fires that were starting up on the roof as well. So pretty smart use of some outside-the-box magic there, and very well defending Euphemia's aunt's property from property damage whilst everybody else dispatched their ruffians.
She has to make a living, you know.
Does. Anything else you want to add to that there, Rafe?
Nope.
All right, so here we are. So first, before we start playing, I know when we started this thing, nobody involved really knew 5e very well, 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, except for me. So for listeners who are just jumping in, this is 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. And Dan, Doc, have you, and by the way, for listeners who don't know, Dan also is nicknamed Doc, so if we go back and forth on that, it's the same person. So, Doc, have you played 5e before?
Yeah, a bunch.
Awesome. So you know what's up with all this.
Yep.
So a couple things. I do have some decks of cards that I pull that have, if you roll a natural 20 or a natural 1 on a skill check, I will draw a card that you can then use later for either good or bad things, depending if you roll a 1 or a 20. And then in combat, if you roll a natural 20 or a natural 1, I will draw cards for the critical effect and the fumble, which makes it a little more interesting than just doubling damage or whatever. Also, I do use inspiration. So track that well. I will give it out pretty liberally, but also, so use it liberally, because otherwise you'll just be wasting a lot of good inspiration opportunities. Right. And one other thing I like to do with inspiration is if you have inspiration already and you do something cool to earn it, you can pass it off to another party member who needs it. And if nobody needs it or wants it, while you're at low levels, you can spend a point of inspiration to heal 1 hit point. Oh. Which at later levels means virtually nothing, but when you're level 1, that could be life or death.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everything. Anything else I do weird, guys, that we should let Dan in on?
You let me play.
All right, let's play. Oh, Doc, can you access your character sheet in Roll20? So to do that, on the upper right-hand side, are you in Roll20? Can you see this nice map with all this grass on it and stuff?
Yep.
All right, awesome. On the right-hand side, you'll notice there's a little list of stuff and a bunch of icons. If you click the icon, it looks like a newspaper. And then you expand the section that says the party. You will see a character that only you can see in there. It's a very short list because you can only see stuff that's shared with you. You will see the name of your character I emailed you. Do you see it there?
Yep, see it, yep.
And if you click that, you'll notice the first tab is your bio, a little picture there, which I'll show later. So little note to everybody, I am a proud member and backer of the Hero Forge Kickstarter, which not only lets you make really cool miniatures, but they just added a really cool token feature so you can crank out and paint 3-dimensional models and then use them as icons. You guys will see all this later. So that creature, that thing there, Doc, is your character.
That's awesome.
And also, and just for listeners who are just tuning in, nobody has made their own character in this. They're all stuck with pre-gen stuff. But in the case of Doc, I just totally made this sort of semi out of the blue. It's partly inspired by Doc's ask, but then it's not at all what he wanted. So, that's the plan. So, Doc, the second tab is actually your character sheet. So you should see in there like all your equipment, your items, your trinkets in the middle there, your current wealth, all that kind of stuff. Let me know if you have any questions. All make sense for the moment?
Russ, I feel like Pyrex Starfinder was pre-generated in my heart.
He was, and you owned him. The best part is watching you guys own this. I sent you each like maybe a paragraph of backstory, and you guys can just run with it. Which is, so I'm anxious to see what Doc does with his person. Now, to get us started, we're also going to learn how to roll dice. So, Rafe, I need you to make a perception check. Now, where we are at this moment is the last red-cloaked raider, for lack of a better term. How'd you do there, Rafe?
Can you see it?
Yeah. Oh, you did pretty well. Do you have any bonuses on that?
No.
Okay. So, Doc, how he rolled that die is on the left-hand side of the map you're looking at. You notice there's a little toolbar. There you go. So, Peric just rolled a terrible number. On the left-hand side of that list, you'll see an icon that looks like a D20. If you mouse over that, a little window is going to pop up. And if you just click where it says D20, go ahead and click it. It'll roll a D20 right now. Oh, we got to turn on your so your dice rolling is not turned on. To fix that, go into the settings cog in the upper right-hand corner of the screen and scroll down to enable 3D dice and automatically roll 3D dice. Turn both those things on.
Got it.
And that should make you roll the dice like because you probably saw it. There you go. Hey, look at that.
Love it.
All right. Now I'm going to send a private message to someone. Actually, Seppi, why don't you make a perception check also?
I did. I rolled that 2.
Oh yeah, you saw nothing. I'm going to send a private message.
There, somebody saw something.
I forget how to send private messages, honestly.
That's the first time you'll be sending a private message.
Well, you know what? I'll just tell. So, Rafe, you see something, or Euphemia sees. You see. So the last raider fell, and as the last raider falls, you think you see something, Euphemia, but before you get a chance to notice it, Sildar, who's one of the two humans, Sildar is standing. You can see Sildar's token down here below the south wall. Sildar is one of the two human fighters, and he says, Redback brands, this scourge has been troubling this town for as long as I can remember. I fear for our supplies we left back in the center of town. Adric, Mogrid, you're with me. We're going to go check on this. Peric, Euphemia, you best defend the homestead. And he's, come on, cleric, let's go. And he motions to the dwarf and to Morgrid, and he starts with purpose down south out of the farm. And Morgrid and the dwarf join him. We'll be back soon. And they start to leave to the
Lord Hallwinter, you be careful now. I've got plans for you and your short lifespan.
I'll be back. Don't worry. Shouldn't take long. You keep
Euphemia mutters, who put him in charge? Where are you guys going? Don't listen to him.
I didn't put him in charge yet there.
I fear for the money and the supplies, says Morgrid the butcher. And
well, at least they left me with the elf.
So, and on that note, those guys just stroll off to the south for a bit. Meanwhile, after they leave, Euphemia, you notice, and I'm going to draw. You notice what looks, for all the world, and you're not sure, so you make a double check. But for all the world, it looks like there's you're pretty sure. You're not sure when your aunt started keeping cattle, but you're seeing two looks like cow horns sticking out from behind a tree in the upper right hand. I'm going to draw right up here. Do you see that big pink X I just drew?
Yep.
So right up there in that area, it looks like there's two cow horns sort of sticking out from behind a tree. But you think, since you're pretty good at being sort of hidey yourself, you're pretty sure it's trying to hide, which is unusual for a cow, but it's not doing a fantastic job of hiding at all.
It's moving silently.
Oh, wow. That just happened.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
We need to be done now.
Rafe, you need to click on that bubble you see in blue so that we can see all the stuff that's going on. Right, there you go. Click on, there you go. Now you can see all, and scroll down to the bottom. Now you can see all the actions of numbers and it's
messages. Not a private message.
But if I send it to you, it will be.
Yes. I gotta remember how to do private messages. I forget how to do that.
I gotta bring that up.
I think on the bottom of that screen, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can send a message as or to.
I see as, but I don't see to.
Hang on, I'm going to do it with the macro. I'm looking it up now.
Okay.
Auntie, have you started to keep cattle?
Not that I recall.
So realizing that I've been spotted, you see the horns start to stir a little bit in the branches, and then it looks as if the cow is just plummeting into the ground, but instead does the most graceful somersault you've ever seen a cow do, and then rise up into like a dancer's stance, like ta-da! Hello, mighty adventurers. It is me, the great Karluk. Are you mighty heroes? And sort of like does a little dancing sidestep.
What the? What is that?
First of all, Doc, I love everything about that, but you need to make a quick roll, make a performance check to see if that description is actually what happened or if you're not quite as graceful as you thought. But I love every bit of that.
I tossed acrobatics.
What's that?
I tossed acrobatics, but I will follow up performance. Yep.
There you go. That's fine. Acrobatics or performance, whichever you like. I'll take
So that was it was an awesome somersault with a 22.
All right, it was an awesome. Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, no, not persuasion, performance. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, no, you do exactly what you just described. You came out really nice on that. So keep going. Sorry.
Oh, Euphemia. I think we're beset by a minibard.
Well, what is that?
It's a minotaur and a bard, a minibard.
They didn't know minotaurs like roamed the world. I thought they were just in caves.
Well,
Temples.
caves can become places. Oh my. I'm not comfortable with whatever is going on over there. I'm going to need to settle down a little bit. I'm going to let you take care of this one, Euphemia.
Great heroes. I see that you dispatched your foes. Come on over here and let me tell you about my woe.
That is awesome.
We are the
Doc,
most
take a point of
useful part.
inspiration for your excellent Minotaur bardic speech style.
We are now the most useful party in the history of low-level adventurers.
A crazy party.
We have a minibard, a frozen wizard, and a Terminator with hairy little feet.
Yes. Well, Karlik, how did you
say
find us?
Cowlick?
Karlik. It's Karlik, Seppi.
Cowlick?
No, it's Karlik. Clean the
Cowlick?
potatoes out of your ears.
Cowlick?
Lick.
Wow.
How in the world did you find us? And why did you find us?
So you see Karlik kind of look side to side to make sure he's not being followed. There were some brigands who came your way, and then I followed them because I have so much to say.
Oh boy, it's gonna be quite a challenge if you have to do
I'm going to say,
rhyme
Doc,
and
you set
cutlet.
yourself up for some serious
Somebody
work. I
cut
am
that
impressed.
cow off with some hay. Oh my! What is
Did you-
going on here?
Did you find Brigands of the Red Hand?
Yes, indeed, I did. Brigands of the Red Hand captured me in a cage, but I managed to escape, and I followed them here, and I saw how easily that you great heroes dispatched them.
Oh no, the great heroes went south to check on the stuff.
Well, are you hungry? I'm hungry.
Oh, why, yes, I am.
Auntie, let's have our new guest. Let's eat again. It's time for our second dinner.
It is indeed, niece. And so she says, please, new friend, come in. And she heads back, opens the door to her little house here, and welcomes you all back in. And she starts to head back to the kitchen to prepare second dinners.
Perfect.
You're gonna have to bend down a little bit there, horny fellow. Because getting in the little halfling house might be there a trick for you.
Karlik,
Karlik
I
gets
don't.
down on all fours, looks like a cow.
I don't know if this is
Squeeze
appropriate
it
or
in.
not, and I apologize in advance, but are you a girl cow or a boy cow?
I don't
She's
know.
very young.
Doc, you are male.
Hmm.
So that would make you a bull, just for those keeping track at home. A bull minotaur, as it were.
Oh.
Minibard.
Minibard, yes, thank you.
Yeah, Cowlick, the Minibard.
I've never met a full minotaur before. I thought you were just unruly beasts who eat maidens on
A full
altars.
Minotaur?
Yeah,
How
you
can you tell?
know.
He's fully dressed there, Euphemia. That's kind of personal. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Euphemia, I don't hail from these lands. I was captured by a group of bugbears and taken from my home. I believe that these bugbears are behind all sorts of nefarious activities in the region. You wouldn't happen to know of a scary manor nearby, would you?
Why, yes. You've come to the right place. We're about to go there next. It's up on the hill. It's called Tressendorf Manor.
Euphemia, if you haven't noticed, our new big friend, there's a theme to his stories.
I haven't noticed.
He gets captured.
Yeah.
And then gets dragged parts unknown.
Okay.
Do you feel like getting captured and dragged to parts unknown?
Oh, I won't get captured. I'm too nimble. I'll just escape.
Okay. Some of us are fragile like icicles.
Oh, you're not going to get captured either. You'll use the power of the Nord.
Auntie Halffoot comes back out with plenty of greens and a nice salad, along with some figs, and sets them out for some snacks here as you guys continue to talk.
Well, moving right along there, Cowlick.
Wow.
We're about to actually find out his nephew has found a way that these fellas have been using that manor.
That manor is quite scary. It appears to be quite hairy.
Nice.
Oh boy. Oof die. Oh. You're going to need some work on that if you're going to become a legendary bard of note. We should at least then talk some history.
Hmm.
So, the manor up there, is it, what's it called again, Russ?
It is, I'm going to share the screen with you guys now so you can remember. It's Tressendar Manor. So I'll share this screen because this has got the map of the town.
This place is called Trustendar Manor. And it's because the original lord here was such a great beastmaster that all the people in the region trust in Dar.
Okay. That's probably exactly what it was.
Oh, it's a really old story when this region was much more warm.
And here's our farm.
Yep. So you're down in Outerleaf Farm. This is the town of Phandalin. And in previous episodes here, Euphemia described most of the town, and Sildar also seemed to know quite a bit about the town as well. And Karluk, Tressendar Manor is the place where you were captured and
I was locked up.
Got away from him. Yeah.
Oh, so it was close by. Auntie, do you have any of that steak that we had earlier? I think our guests might want that more than just a salad.
Oh, no, thank you. I will stick with the vegetables.
Oh.
Would you prefer pork or maybe some chicken?
Just the greens for me, and some figs will be fine.
Oh.
A vegetarian. Exactly. I've got some really good vegan recipes. I'll be right back. And she heads off into the...
I will take some milk, though, if you have some.
Auntie, milk.
Excellent.
I'll have some milk, too.
So she goes back to get some more supplies for dinner.
Can I ask Auntie another question? Auntie,
yes.
Did you make that blueberry crumble?
Let me check. I'm rolling for blueberry crumble. Here we go. 83. Yes, I did.
Yes,
It just
83.
came out of the oven. It's still warm.
Extra crumbles?
Extra crumbles for everyone.
Perfect.
So, yes, blueberry crumble for everyone. This is as action-packed, by the way, as our stories get, Doc. So, you know, it's a good one.
I warned him.
The pie is a high.
That's right.
Well, friend,
She's getting the crumble out.
Oh, I didn't know I had control over the map.
You do.
I'm so sorry to hear that you were captured and taken up to Tressendar Manor. Pyric and I were just on our ways, and those two humans and the crazy dwarf were supposed to come with us. Would you be okay to go back there? I figured we might need a hand. I don't really know what you're good at doing. It looks like you play a stringed instrument. I'm not sure how that comes in handy, but
He does have a lute.
Oh, and a guitar.
Well, Cowlick, did you use your great strength to break out of the cage? Did you use your guile to slip out? Did you get a whole bunch of friends and just stampede your way out of there? Or what exactly happened there, Cowlick?
I feel there might be some cow racism going on here. A little bit of Minotaur. Anyway, go ahead, Doc.
Yes.
Back when I was a wee cow, I was in the Wizarding Academy, but I did, didn't do so well. But I still remember a few spells from back then.
Oh.
I was able to charm the brigand to let me out. One of those red hand fellers.
The red hand fellers? How many red hand fellers would you say is up there, Cowlick?
It seems like that manor, they're working out of it, but it seems abandoned. I couldn't get a good count.
What's your guess?
They were moving too quickly.
Oh, moving. I understand that.
Pyric. I know I know we're supposed to go to Tressendar Manor, but I'm not sure why exactly.
Well, your nephew is afraid of there. And the original plan was to reclaim it using the lineage of Lord Hallwinter so that we could make this the seat of his fiefdom.
And was it to track down who stole Gundren's cousin?
No, that's the spider.
Oh.
Remember, the spider has his own keep that we were going to go to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm always up to just explore anyway. So,
yeah, there's some stuff we could.
Karlik, you ready to go now?
Well, yeah, let's appropriate some stuff
after the blueberry crumble.
Crumble's not out yet. You can tell it's being sliced in the back room.
Cowlick, do you drink coffee?
I love coffee.
Oh, well, let me show you. My auntie has a really great grinder.
Let me get the grinder in the press. I'm on it.
Yep. And we have our own name for them. They're called alderleaf beans.
I grow them in the back.
She grows them herself. I roast them when I'm here. We like a medium roast. It'll be really good.
You hear a hand grinder going on back there.
I'm feeling really confused right now because I know we're right next to a manor that I think houses a lot of bugbears that are trying to probably enslave nice human children at this moment, but coffee sounds really good at the same time.
Well,
bugbears?
You are dealing with halflings.
Yeah, and they're human children. We're halflings and elves. We're fine.
Bugracious bear-like beings? How many bugracious bear-like beings did you see in the manor, Cowlick?
Oh, bugbears are very, very stealthy. The sneakiest of creatures. Impossible to spot, almost like shadows they are. I counted at least 1 to 20.
I'm a little concerned, Euphemia, the mental state of our bovine friend. Have you been doing a lot of sort of like mating dominance sort of exercises and maybe bumped your noodle there a little bit?
Wow, we're learning a lot more about Minotaurs than I ever expected.
Is that Minotaur scissoring?
We don't really do that. I know it's a thing. Elves think we do that. Yeah, Minotaurs don't really do that.
I'm pretty sure you do. I've seen the diagrams.
Yeah, that part's totally false.
Oh, really? Those etchings don't lie.
Sophie, I'll give your character 10 gold if you can draw me some diagrams by next session.
Oh my
Of
god!
what elves think of Minotaur mating habits.
Oh my gosh, it's always leapfrog with them.
Pyric, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it because you know how to convince bugbears to do whatever they should be doing.
Well, that's the Soul Forger's job. I'm just here to help him out.
Oh.
Let's not overstate my importance.
Do you worship the Soul Forger too?
I'm just happy to be here. I'll worship whoever is gonna like stitch me back together. You know that, Euphemia.
Auntie, is the blueberry crumble ready yet?
Here it comes, and she comes out with a tray, and she's got 3 cups and a little pitcher, which smells wonderfully of coffee, as well as 3 plates with some fresh blueberry crumble, which she immediately serves to all 3 of you.
Auntie, do you have 4 mead horns? I need to demonstrate something for Euphemia.
Sadly, I do not.
Yum.
You
All right, we eat the
horns.
We eat the blueberry crumble.
Oh, it's delicious. Thank you,
Pat
Auntie.
our tummies. At least I do.
I'm going to pat Euphemia's tummy, too, but she seems to like that.
Yes, I feel nice and full. It's time for adventure.
As you're finishing up, Carp, Auntie's son, comes downstairs, and he says, "Is that blueberry crumble I smell?"
It
he
is
comes up
Carp.
to the table, and Auntie's like, "I'll get you a slice. Calm down." And she and did I hear
Did you check on to see if there's any smoldering in the roof?
Did I check, or who's checking?
I'm asking Carp.
I did not check the roof. Should I check the roof?
Please check the roof rigorously.
All right, I'm going to go check the roof. I'll be right back. I'm sure I won't fall and hurt myself. And
No.
he leaves out the front door. You hear some climbing going on outside, and some little pitter pattering around on the roof while you're enjoying your crumble.
I had way too much food for my likeness. I'm gonna go outside and prepare to catch Carp if he falls down with magic hands.
All right, Carp's making a quick little dexterity check here with all of his activity. Oh, he's fine. By the time you get out there, Carp's already shimmying back down from the roof, and everything looks fine. Looks great.
Well, there might be some water damage. There might be some frost damage. There might be some fire damage. How good a carpenter are you, little Carp?
I lean out the window to Pyric. Why are you trying to keep Carp so busy?
Because we don't want him coming up to the manor with us, Euphemia.
Yeah, he won't come up to the manor. We'll just
I
tuck
heard
him
you
into
guys
bed.
going up to the manor. You want me to show you the secret entrance I found?
No, you're
It's
just
really
going to
hard
describe it.
You better bring me with you.
Oh, we can't, Carp. After you eat the blueberry crumble, you'll have to go night-night.
Whoa. Is that a real cow person?
It is.
Hi, I'm Carp. What's your name?
Hello, young child. We're going on a quest. We need you to lead the way. I'm sure you'd be the best.
Hey, stop.
No. He had it wrong. We are going on a quest, but Carp, you need your rest.
Oh, nice.
That also rhymes. But I like, are you a bard? You speak like a bard. Oh, I think you're muted, Bard.
The bard is thinking of a rhyme.
The bard has run out of time.
Auntie always told me never rush a bard.
Yes. What's the kid's name again? Carp?
Carp. Yeah.
Carp, we don't want you to fall to your death. Something else. Death.
Yet again, it's time for your rest.
All right. Make a Rafe. I need Euphemia and Carl to make persuasion checks, and we'll see who wins on persuading Carp. All right. Euphemia gets a really good roll there. Carl, how you going to do here?
Carl?
Carlick?
Oh, Carl.
Cowlick.
Or Cowlick, as you prefer. Oh,
There we go.
like I guess I should go to bed. It's been a long day, and I was just climbing on the roof, so I guess I'll go to bed. All right. Well, good luck getting into the manor without my secret entrance. I hope you guys know another way.
Oh, don't forget, before you go to bed, Carp, where's the beginning of the secret entrance again? Because if you tell me, I'll bring you back a treasure.
Well, it's out in the woods south of the manor,
Yep.
and you got to look. It's near a big tree that's shaped like a Y. If you can find the big tree shaped like a Y, that's the entrance.
Okay. Thank you, Carp.
And Carp's like, all right, I'll go to bed now, but I really wanted, this sounds like a great adventure. Now you guys have a bard, and he's going to sing of all your stories, and I'm not going to be in them.
Yeah, we'll make sure we include you, Carp, for this part. Because without you, we wouldn't have found the secret manor.
We wouldn't have known why, Carp.
Carp, can you
sing me a story, Mister? What's your name, Mister Bard?
Karlik.
Karlik, would you sing me a story of your adventures when you get back and tell me how you did it, but only to song and 3/4 rhyme? Would you do that?
I no longer want this young child to come with us. Run to bed, young child.
Oh, fine. He sulks and goes off to bed. Climbs back upstairs.
Carp, before you go, don't forget your blueberry crumble. And could you draw us a map?
Sure. So he goes off, and he starts to eat his blueberry crumble, and he gets little blueberry smudges all over his map.
Perfect.
But it looks sort of like this. I'm drawing his map now. And then looks like that. It's got a little house and a little angry dude in the house, and then some trees and a Y and a big arrow.
Okay.
That's where you got to go. Don't miss the trees, and watch out for the angry guys.
So the only now, Carp, that tree wasn't injured, right? It just grew that way.
No, the tree just has like 2 trees coming out of one tree.
Yeah, okay, that's a Sword Coast elm. We elves know the various forest and fauna for the area. Those are not particularly common this far south. Me being from the north will see this. So, yeah, we should be able to spot that. No problem, Carp. And by the way, if you need me to freeze something off later, you let me know.
All right, thank you. Good luck in your quest. I hope you get if you find whatever you're looking for and stop.
I think we're looking for trouble or indentured cattletude.
Wow. So Carp goes upstairs after finishing his blueberry crumble, and Auntie says, "Thank you so much, Euphemia, for convincing him not to go. I would have been worried sick."
I know, Auntie. Yeah, he's too young yet. All right, but we'll be off. We're going to be off pretty soon.
Yeah, it's actually, even though that was second dinners, you'd already slept, so it's really first breakfasties or whatever. So you actually are. It's pretty early morning now. The sun's just starting to come up, so. You could be on your way if you want to, or you can do something else. What do you guys want to do?
Off to the manor.
How sneaky do we want to be? I guess the 3 of us could do a little sneaky. Or do we want to try to get some muscle and clear that place out?
Nah, I say just the 3 of us. We've got a bull.
So the good news is none of you are dressed in very loud equipment.
Euphemia, that seems like a terrible idea. Let's go.
Euphemia is dressed like her normal sneaky self, and Pyric, you're dressed in more like robes, so you're not very noisy. And Doc, do you want to describe how you're dressed?
I'm lightly dressed in typical bovine wear.
That's right, and pretty much leather armor, so he's not making a lot of noise either. So you're actually you just got rid of your noisiest party members, so you're actually a reasonably quiet crew at this point.
Speaking of them, I leave a note to the 3 of them saying, "We went up the secret path. If you need to follow, look for the tree with the Y, and we'll be up at the manor." And I leave it with Auntie.
Okay.
Okay, then. This is going to be interesting.
All right, perfect.
Let's get moving.
Oh, Cowlick.
Wow, here we go.
You never fail to deliver.
All right, so how are you guys gonna head to Tresendar Manor? You want to go ahead and draw on the map for me there, one of you, the route you're planning on taking. So as you can see, you're at Alderley Farm right now, that little farmhouse next to those fields. And you go ahead and to draw, pick freehand, and you're gonna start drawing a little line there, however you want to try to go.
I'm thinking like this.
Oh, Euphemia, do you see tracks from last night's attackers? Is that why we're following this path?
No, I just figure it's through the woods, so we'll see the tree with the Y.
Yeah, Carp mentioned the tree with the Y is in the woods south of the manor, so theoretically, That seems as good as guess as any on the route.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look for one of these Sorkos elms. Then we will start trancing in the woods. I see a lot of spruces. I see a couple of oaks.
All right, everybody, how are you traveling? I need a marching order. So, are you guys walking all three abreast? Are you going single file? Are you trying to sneak? Are you just like,
Cows before beauty. So therefore, Euphemia should go first.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, I will lead the way. And I vote we go medium speed, so we're not going super stealth. We're going medium speed, but we're stepping on stones. We're not.
That's halfling medium speed.
Yeah.
Is Cowlick considered to be a large-sized creature?
What am I?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's man-sized, but he's he's over 6 feet tall. So he's a very.
Is that horns or no horns?
He's got like pretty big muscles. That's without. I mean, the horns go above that. So he's very intimidating. He's got the 4-horn thing going on. So he's got the 2 big, and then he's got the coming out the side. And he looks like horns. He could, if he didn't talk and rhyme all the time, he'd be very intimidating.
Okay.
Well, when they need that second set of horns for when they lock with the other bull. Oh, never mind. We'll talk about that later. And
Dan, you can contradict whatever you want. So feel free to correct Pyric or let it go and become canon. It's totally up to you.
It's always canon.
I think we should walk in height order from short, medium, tall.
Yeah, let's do that so we can look over the other person. That's a great idea.
The halfling walks fast speed, elf at medium speed, minotaur at slow speed, and we all maintain.
That's right.
So
and we start singing, "Here we come."
The halfling is first, the half elf is second, and the minotaur brings up the rear.
We get the funniest looks from every quest we meet.
Trying to see what size I am. I forget if I'm small.
You're small.
Yeah, you're small.
Okay.
That's how you do that.
That's how you got between the legs.
Yes.
You get between the legs of
the next size up
or larger. Yeah.
Yep.
You never go between the legs of a bugbear. Every minotaur knows that.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we're going.
Minotaurs
like medium.
Call that milking the bull.
We're going medium speed. Medium stealth.
We're going medium speed, medium stealth. So are you trying to be semi-stealthy?
So the way we're doing that is, if there's a rock to step on, we're stepping on the rock.
All right.
You know what I mean? We're hopping. We're stepping over logs.
That's fair. So you're looking for this Y tree.
Yep.
Right?
So Pyric is.
Only Pyric is looking for the tree. Okay, so Pyric.
Well, no, we all are, but Pyric's got an edge.
So tell you what. Pyric, you make the check with advantage because you've basically described the exact type of tree. And you also question the carp the most about it. So you get the roll with the advantage. Everyone else, just make a regular perception check. We're going to see if anything.
I'm going to roll nature there, Russ.
Nature is perfect. Take nature. Yes, very good. You got a
That's very
one,
bad.
But I gave you advantage, so you can roll again.
I would like to roll again.
So what's your nature skill? I see you got the 11 there. Ooh.
Oh, crushed it.
Pyric is in the house. All right, so Pyric, let me draw on the map here. You guys get to right here. I put a little red X on the green line. And so ahead of you in the woods, you guys can see that there's this rising hill, and kind of between the trees as sunrise, because it's kind of early morning still. Sunrise comes up. You can see that the manor's on like a tiered sort of hill. And so you can see it on the map here, right? There's like multiple tiers.
I'm a little worried. I think the sun rising in the north, I only thought that happened in very peculiar places.
Well, you never know. So as the sun's coming up, you can see this tiered hill through the woods, but you can also see you happen to notice as the sun comes up, it's almost like a sign. You notice the lights coming through between these two tree trunks, and as you follow the trunks down, they connect in the middle, almost like a perfect Y, right in front of you as you look.
Good job, Carp.
And so you see that you think you found the tree that Carp was talking about. Also, I need everybody to make a stealth check and see if you've been making a lot of noise as you've gotten to this part.
I make noise because I talk a lot, Russ.
Yep. All right, so we got a
You see
9
how those
from.
two trees are meeting? That's the direction the horns connect.
I rolled a 1, 2, and 3 already this session. That's pretty incredible.
So stealth check. Euphemia is on the ball with stealth, though. So you guys keep forgetting she's even there. She's like so quiet, it's like ridiculous.
I could never forget Euphemia is there. She's too special to me.
Karlik is humming, apparently, as they go along. Which, by the way, there's actually mechanics for that, Dan, that you can do, because you could have given bardic inspiration to so if you guys notice, for those listening along at home, Dan was really smart and he wrote down that Karlik was humming an ancient tune of elven tree finding. But the cool thing about bards in 5th edition is there's actually a mechanic for that, because he can say he's humming that and then give bardic inspiration to one person, and you get an extra, I believe it's a D4. Is that right, Dan, or is it D6?
D6.
Onto your roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Oh, can I roll an extra D6?
You can, but you already made it. But go for it.
I want to really crush it. I mean,
yeah,
just like into the dirt. Yeah.
So that 2 would have been added to your D20 roll to see if you spotted the tree.
I got 24.
Because
yo.
The Minotaur was giving you some bardic humming that affected your ability. So it's an awesome skill.
Oh,
definitely
Cowlick,
to leverage.
you can give me a hummer anytime you want. I like what you got going on there, sir.
Yeah, this is no longer. This is a very interesting episode, honestly. I didn't see it going this way with the Minotaur. I had no idea the double entendre level that a Minotaur. You know, the reason there's a Minotaur here is because the brand new supplement came out, so Minotaurs are playable characters now. I'm like, we got to try a Minotaur, and that's why we have a Minotaur today, which is awesome because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I'm already enjoying the heck out of it.
Oh my gosh! Sometimes you got to take the hummer by the horns.
Oh, now we have to have the explicit rating.
Debbie, that was almost a loss of inspiration. That one was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just talking about his singing. What's wrong with you guys?
So
there was a lot of that going on back in the Northern Temple.
Thanks to both your exceptional role on finding the tree plus the bardic inspiration, not only do you spot the tree, but you spot that near the tree there appears to be the tree's right up against this rising cliff, this first rising cliff, and you notice behind the tree there is a bunch of brush, and that brush appears to be, now that you've looked at it closely, hiding a cave entrance. You could probably walk right in there by just pushing some of the brush aside.
Yep, we push said brush aside.
No, don't brush it aside, Euphemia. Sneak in there, leave it alone.
Oh, okay, good idea.
You can sneak under there, and because we're going to need various levels of entry because we are all of different sizes.
I sneak in.
So, Euphemia, was that a stealth check?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Wow.
You are a good stealth roller. Oh my God. Are you +7 on your stealth rolls? Holy crap.
Yes, I am.
That is nice. Okay. So, Euphemia, again, walks up to the bush. The bush, like, barely even moves. Like, if you weren't watching it, actively seeing a halfling go through it, you'd swear it didn't move at all. And Euphemia just disappears into it with nary a leaf in motion.
We're good
and
like
is now apparently on the other side of the bush in a tunnel of some kind. And Euphemia, thanks to your dark vision, you can see that the tunnel's proceeding. It's about 7 or 8 feet wide and seems to go deep into this mountain.
Oh, Cowlick.
It also seems to be going
This bush is northern elderberry. This is the red. This is a symbol for the red hand, apparently, these red berries. We should note that in the future.
You're pretty sure, just a quick note, you're pretty sure that it was red brands. Just throwing that out there. Not red hands, but it's okay. Also, Euphemia, Pyrrhic, take a point of inspiration if you already have it for your excellent tree and bush knowledge.
I'm a know-it-all. I'm sorry, Cowlick. You can tell me to shut up anytime. I might.
Kelly's writing all this down.
I lean over my shoulder and I go, Cowlick.
What?
Do you have night vision?
I have candles.
Ah.
Kelly takes the candle and lights on.
Minotaurs do not have dark vision.
Oh,
which is
Pirate,
interesting.
let me
Because
tie
you
that to
think
one of
they
your
would, because they
horns for
live
you,
in
Cowlick.
the labyrinth,
We'll go like this,
no.
and we'll hook up the candles on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can sing us a candle opera.
Oh, we're going to be stuck again.
Just stick the candles on the horns.
Yeah, I help him.
Well, that'd be
fasten
kind of
the-
cool. The little candles in there dripping the wax slowly. as you
Yes,
walk
I
around.
help him fix it.
Little bullseye
the candle.
lanterns.
Yes.
Bullseye
Awesome.
lantern.
Yeah, it's a whole bullseye thing.
Oh, no. All right.
You
Well,
can hang them
using
from the
my
horns, like little
using my
like
dark
headlights.
vision, I see 8-foot slight incline up for about how anything branching off or just goes up.
Looks like a straight passage going up, and it continues past the edge of your dark vision.
Euphemia, should we continue this march in order of heightness?
1 second. I'm going to check for traps in like a 10-foot radius, and then I'm going to
Ooh,
have
that's
those
smart.
guys come in.
Euphemia, if you already haven't, take a point of inspiration also for thinking to check for traps before you found one.
Yes, I do have that. How do you check for traps? Is that stealth? What is that?
Does everybody know how to turn their inspiration on and off in the? Because it's a toggle. You can only ever have a 1 point of inspiration, so it's like
Yes,
you have
I
it or you
do.
don't.
Thanks, honey.
Doc, did you figure that out in your sheet?
Oh, got it.
Perfect. Okay, so everybody should have a point of inspiration. This is the DM loading you up, as it were.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm sure nothing's going to happen. I wouldn't even worry about it. It's just a technicality.
Just to make sure, are all our spells turned back on and everything?
You've had a full rest, so
Had a full
you should be in 5th edition when you've had a full rest, because you've just been fed by a hobbit. You're as full rested as you can get.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can sleep there overnight. So you get.
I think you have bonuses.
So when you have a full rest, you get all your hit points back. So your hit points should be at max. All your hit dice are
Yep.
back. Remember, short rest, you spend hit dice to heal. And all your spell slots should be full. Now, the nice thing about, by the way, Bard spells, Dan, I'm sure you know 5th edition well, but you don't have to pre-memorize certain ones. You just have a number you can cast, and you can pick from any of the ones you know. And as you can see in your character sheet, you know a pretty good smattering. Hopefully you like what you got. But also in 5th edition, when you level up, you can swap spells out. So if you don't like what you got, just wait for next levels.
Russ,
right.
does 3 slots mean that I have three different spells memorized? I'm a wizard, so I have to
You
memorize
have to
the
pick which
individual
spells you memorize. Yeah, but you can
Okay.
memorize, but you can use those 3 slots to cast any given. You don't have to like memorize a spell twice anymore. You can just say like, I'm going to memorize these different spells, but you might use the same spell twice in 2 slots. Is that?
Oh, okay. So I have 3 total spells that I can memorize, and I can
Yes.
use them interchangeably.
Yes, and then
For
when
the
you get to higher
count of
level,
3.
you can spend higher level spell slots to cast more powerful version of lower level spells. That's a thing now in 5th edition.
Oh.
You can use like a level 3 spell slot to cast a level 2 spell, and it like makes it more powerful. Like it adds more dice to a fireball or adds more bolts to the magic missile, that kind of thing. And the spells will tell you that. They'll explain it when they get to that level. So that's a thing too. I really like how they did that as well. It's simple, but you know. So the spell slot you have in the level of those slots becomes really important as things go on. Awesome. Okay, so where we are now, the halfling is behind the bush, and everybody else is in front of the bush, and the halfling is about to check for traps. Go make your check for traps roll, Rafe.
What do I use?
Do you have? I think it's. I want to say it's like thief. I think it's a thief thing. Or
Is it
just,
sleight of hands
It
or?
might be sleight. Go with sleight of hand. That seems right.
Yeah, I don't see it in my skills.
They changed it a little bit, but it's either
Yeah.
sleight of hand or.
I can't remember.
Go with sleight of hand for now. That's fine. Well, that's
Oh,
yeah, it feels good here. You're feeling really safe right here. Like you're not even worried about it. It's solid here.
pirate cowlick, gently come on in.
Okay. That's not the first time anyone said that to me, so I will just follow those instructions.
All right.
Why are you laughing? I don't understand why
I'm
you
not
guys
laughing.
think everything I say is funny.
No, it's all good. It's all
Let's
fine.
proceed up. The path goes up. What do you say?
Yes, I think we should spread out just a little bit. So no one will see you up front, and you can see just fine. I'll be a few paces behind you, and then Cowlick will be behind us, and he will seem like a scary ghost of candles.
Do you have your candles actually on your horns?
I helped him.
Because I love that visual. All right.
Yeah.
Great. So there's like these 2 candles floating along on top of the horns. as that's awesome. Okay. Excellent. So we're still in our marching order of ascending height.
Yes,
The
but
halfling in the front,
2 paces behind each other.
2 paces behind each. So each person is like 2 paces. So essentially, there's like if you are imagining you are walking on giant 5-foot squares, there'd be an empty 5-foot square between each party member. Something like
Perfect.
that. Is that
Yeah,
right?
that would be good.
Yep,
Okay,
that's good.
Not that that's how things work, but just saying. If it works,
Yeah.
All right. So you're proceeding up this corridor. I need everyone again. Now that you're in new terrain and new situation, it's dark, mostly except for the candles projecting forward slightly. I think candles only project like 10-foot radius, so they're not really like throwing a lot of light. This isn't
But
like
there's 2 of them.
lanterns or anything.
But there's
It does
2
have
of
2,
them.
so maybe I'll give you 10.5 feet.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the light of those candles. I need to be just outside.
Well, with a 5-foot square in front of you, you're kind of okay. I mean, you'd just be on the edge of it.
Yeah.
Now that's what the Minotaur can see, but people can see obviously the little glowing candles from pretty far away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So everybody make a stealth check. Karluk, you have disadvantage on the stealth check, unfortunately, because it turns out having candles on your horns doesn't really make you sneaky.
There we go.
So you're going to roll that stealth check twice there. Too bad about disadvantage there, because that would have been swell.
No, I got a 17.
Okay, so
Kalik got a 2.
I'm showing 25 from Euphemia, so she is again like you can't even barely make this. You don't even. I'm not even sure the halfling's still with you, quite frankly. Euphemia, I mean Pyric got a 19 all in, so Pyric is like again. You can sort of make out Pyric only because he's there. But meanwhile,
I'm really trying to take advantage of the fact that all attention should go behind me.
It turns out that singing minotaurs aren't really stealthy, and between his roll of a 6 and a 10, you can hear the clomping of the hooves and the swinging of the lights, and it seems like he can't even keep from humming occasionally.
Kalik, I think you should move from the lute to a giant bell.
Oh.
I am
And just
Need more cowbell because
more
that
cowbell.
That's bad.
wow.
We need more
Again,
cowbell.
really, Seppi, I feel like there's 2 inspiration losses that occurred, but I'm not going to do that to you.
Are you sure?
I feel like I really want to, but I don't.
You
feel
can
like
do it.
There's not really a mechanic for DMs to remove.
If I need to be
feels a little
punished.
punitive. All right. So let me see here real quick. Let me just grab a D20 here. I want to make a private roll. Not that there's anybody listening, because that would never happen. But I should have had this ready. I apologize. Here we go. Oh, okay. You've been going along for a little bit now, and your Euphemia, you think you see up ahead a little bit on sort of the edge of your dark vision. You're actually starting to pick up some actual light, like probably an oil lamp or maybe a torch, but there's some illumination going on there, and it's steady-ish, so you don't think it's anybody carrying it. It's probably just something on a fixture or a sconce or a wall mount or something. I mean, you don't see the actual source, but you're seeing up ahead, and it looks like the passage is going to be opening up into some kind of opening. But at that moment, you all hear something in your head. So it's really weird. It's like something just is in your head, like you just have this thought, and the thought is like, who do we have here? Who's here? And all 3 of you, and at first you think someone's talking to you, but you all realize it's in your head.
Is this different than the voices in Pirate's head normally?
Make a perception check.
Forget that he's purple.
With that roll, you think it's not the normal. It's a new one, or not one of your normal crazy ideas.
Okay. Now that I know it's not one of my voices, I'm going to scan my memory of Tresendar or of northern stories, and using my arcana, figure out if this is a phenomenon originating from a spellcaster or an extraplanar being.
All right.
Oh,
Dave,
nice.
Make an Arcana check.
Or is it religion? Now let's just start with Arcana.
Let's start with Arcana.
Okay.
I'm going to hum an ancient Minotaur hum of Elven remembering.
All right.
That is amazing. Let us
some
do
bardic
this
inspiration
together.
on there. So is it D6 we said, Seppi? I mean, Dan? What do we figure out?
D6, yep.
D6.
So I'm at a 12. And
roll your 12 and roll a D6 on top of that.
That
the 12, you don't think you've... excuse me. With the 12, you don't think you've heard of this before.
How about a 13?
13? No. I mean, the song was really good, and it had a nice rhythm, but doesn't seem to help you remember anything. Come closer, closer. Let me see you. All three of you are hearing this in your head.
Wow.
Bugbears are in our heads. It's the bugbears.
I don't think it's bugracious, bear-like beings there, Cowlick. Euphemia, you hear that, right?
I do. Pyric, can bugbears speak inside our minds?
No, not bugbears.
I'm pretty sure they can.
Cowlick, I was beginning to like you. Euphemia, see if you can see what's up ahead quietly and stealthily.
I give the high sign, which is this.
Okay.
What's the high sign?
Uh-oh. A little bit lower on my stealth roll. I scout up ahead 20 feet.
All right. So how much space are you leaving? Some space behind everybody else? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, so it'll be a total of 25 feet because we're keeping a 5-foot gap.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do here is, let me just fix something here real quick. And, okay. So I am going to, let's see how this works. I'm going to switch. Perfect. I'm going to switch the map here to a new map. All right, Rafe, scroll down a little bit on your screen there. Now, the rest of you, so because of the way line of sight works, you can see what your character sees. So right now, Seppi and Doc, you're looking at a big black screen, unless you look at the shared screen on Zoom because you can see Rafe's screen. Rafe's screen is showing what his character sees, and because he's 20 feet ahead of you guys, you're not on the board yet. So down off the bottom of the screen there is, back behind there is you, the rest of you guys behind him. Euphemia has walked into this room, and you're seeing what you're seeing here. So you're seeing a chasm, and a cold breeze is filling this large natural cavern, carrying the faint scent of decaying flesh. And a crevasse is dividing the cavern, and it's flanked by two rough stone columns that support a 20-foot high ceiling. Two arched wooden bridges span the chasm. So you can see the bridges there, you can see the chasm, and you can see these sort of like natural looking pillars. And then Rafe, as you enter there, and you didn't enter as stealthily as you like. It's a shame you used those good rolls.
I know, earlier. I blew it.
You feel like something's trying to invade your mind. I need you to make a insight check.
Uh-oh.
How'd you do?
3.
3. All right. You feel like a little like a little tiny, like a sharp pain, like the beginning of a migraine or something, and then it goes away, and then you hear in your head, and all of you hear this. None of you felt that weird sensation except for Euphemia, but then you hear in your head, Auntie, you're from the farm. How is the farm doing, little halfling?
That's weirding me out.
Euphemia, are you okay?
Euphemia looks ahead of you. You can see Euphemia sort of in this little glow of the light from the room she started walking into, and she does stop in an uncharacteristically not Euphemia way, in a not stealthy way at all, and kind of like touch her head for a minute. So she definitely doesn't look okay.
I like Euphemia, so I stopped being a know-it-all for a second, and I rushed to her.
All right.
I rushed to her.
I
am going to cast Detect
Pyric, you're right
Magic.
behind her now.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic because this is obviously not a normal phenomenon.
Yeah, I fall to one knee and I say, Pyric, something's in my head, and he knows about Auntie.
Well, then we're going to have to do something about that, I think.
All right. You cast Detect Magic, and by the way, Karluk, you see now, because it was only 5 feet ahead of you to the dim outline from your Minotaur candles to the half elf. The half elf runs ahead, just out of your vision range. All of a sudden, it's very suddenly, without even a word, just runs off. Go ahead and normally Detect Magic just detects magic. Like, go ahead and read the spell to me, Seppi. What exactly does it say?
I was using it in a very broad sense, probably.
That's okay.
Too broad.
I love it.
I need a roll.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And you can learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers. I'm going to read that again because that's, I don't know why, just one of those words sticks out to me. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
1 foot of stone. Okay. So you look out there with your Detect Magic and make a perception check.
Okay.
Because it's not for the spell to work. It's to see if you can see the aura the spell's generating, because you're not having a good
Okay.
No, you're thinking your Detect Magic came up empty.
Oh. Well, that's not good. Colic, come forward. There's something wrong with Euphemia.
Yeah, so Karluk's going to come forward. And I'm going to stand behind Pyric there. And I'm going to try to cast a minor illusion around Euphemia to put her in a barrel.
Oh, interesting. So you're going to kind of box the halfling up into a little barrel.
Into a barrel.
I'm going to step past.
Love it.
I'm going to step past Euphemia while he's doing this.
That's
all right.
really good.
Okay. So as you step past Euphemia, and you notice as you step past Euphemia, you hear some kind of verbal mumbling coming from Karluk, and all of a sudden Euphemia is inside of a barrel. And as you do so, you start to feel a little tiny prick in your head, like a little pain. And I need you to make a insight check.
Insight check. Okay.
And your Detect Magic detects magic behind you. No, just kidding.
How'd you do?
20.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's a tie. Roll again.
Roll again. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do this. Insight check. 8.
Nice. And bonus points for so one of the cool things about Roll20 is if you look in the chat, you'll notice that Doc was able to pull up the full rules for minor illusion into the chat. Pretty sweet.
Oh, how did he do that? That's new.
How'd you do that?
I have no idea.
I think you can click
I clicked something.
When you're looking at the spell, the eye, you can click a button and it'll share it in the chat. So that way, like when we were talking about detect magic, everybody just sees the immediate.
I'm
really
gonna
handy, very handy.
try to make that happen in the future.
Also, by the way, guys, in case you're ever wondering, along the top, the icons there, the eye icon gives you everything from the 5th edition compendium. That's both public domain, but also anything that I've bought from Roll20, which is a full DMG, the player's handbook, most of, honestly, the experiences. Everybody in this game has access to that. So if you ever want to look up, like, how do Minotaurs work, they're all in there. So
where's the eye? Where's this eye you speak of?
It looks along the top next to the
I see
newspaper.
it.
Yeah, so you can look up, like, if you search Minotaur right now, you would find out how Minotaurs work. Don't do that right now.
Okay.
All right, so awesome. So
you just click on the spell or ability, and it just drops it right in there.
Isn't that handy? That's really
That is really handy.
So there you go. You feel that sharp pain also, Pyric, in your head. And then you hear, oh, you have many thoughts. And what is this Nord? Wait. You persuaded a bugbear to cook?
Okay, can I sense a direction? Is this within 30 feet?
All right, make an Arcana check, because you've kind of got, dueling magical.
I'm going to use my advantage now that
Spinning inspiration.
they've made that he's made the mistake of entering my head. He now has to contend with all the voices that I normally contend with.
All right, so you're going to spend your inspiration to take advantage on this Arcana check.
That coming into my head was the worst idea that this guy could ever imagine.
All right,
Yeah, he's now being punished.
Yeah, let's do that. So we got core, we do inspiration, and then you said Arcana check.
Yeah, but you get 2 dice. Pick the highest.
Okay, that's 20.
25.
All right, the voices in my head attack him. We don't need any more neighbors.
So wait, I got to go to the cards here. So that's a skill check. So when you get a nat 20 on a skill check, so a little promotional thing. I love the Game Master's Toolbox 5e card decks. And this one comes with, I got a bunch. This one comes with cards for when you roll a nat 20 skill check and cards for when you roll, little red 1 there, fumbles. So we're going to pull one of these. So basically, if you were in person, I would hand you this card, Seppi, and this card says, this card may be handed to the GM at any time to automatically succeed in 1 skill check.
Okay.
So you now have this. It's a one-time spend to automatically succeed in a skill check. And if we don't use it in today's session, I'll put it in your notes so you have it for next time.
The voice that he ran into is the whispering winds of the north. This is the sort of the spirit voice in my head that always inspires me to use that spell constantly.
All right. Well, because you rolled a nat 20 and got the cool card, you also got a little more information than you might otherwise. So you now know, you look directly, see this sort of rock that goes to the ceiling here, this column directly in front of you? Mm-hmm. You can now see the traces of your detect magic were glowing from behind that rock, but you didn't really notice it before because he's mostly behind that rock. And you also get an image in your head of what this thing looks like and what kind of creature it refers to itself as. So I will show you. There's this creature that sort of looks like that, that thinks of itself as a Nothic, and it's hiding behind the column, and it definitely feels like it can reach into your mind.
Okay. Does he recoil from the whispering winds of the north?
It's hard to get a read on. Let me see if he can. Yeah, he's got a really strong mind, so it's hard for you to get a read on exactly how the winds of the north affect him. But you definitely feel like an emotion almost from him, like respect. Like, you'd never really had anybody respect your voices in your head before, but it seems like this thing might.
I like it.
Oh, well, do I know anything about this no think?
Do you know is it Arcana or is it maybe do you have like a lore or anything like that?
I have
The Bard might.
oh yeah, there you go.
The Bard,
Yeah.
if you have lore Bard, you might know of this too. But of course, right now that's player knowledge, right? So Pyric has not told anybody sort of what you just perceived with your little mental duel there.
I have Arcana, Religion, and Investigation. That might be.
Yeah, this isn't really Arcana. I mean, maybe not really. So I'm going to say you don't really have you can make a unskilled check just to see. Just making a wisdom check. Just straight up wisdom roll to see if you maybe heard of it.
Oh my gosh. The no think?
Did you just roll 19?
I did.
20 on the wisdom. Yeah, you have heard. Holy crap. You have heard of these guys before. So, so these creatures are, you've heard of them somehow in one of your studies. You've actually heard of these things. They are.
So you know, Russ, I've studied a lot of one-eyed monsters. It is a specialty of the Northern Temple.
It is, but also when you were learning about wizards, you learned that actually Nothics are something that wizards who dared to unlock magical secrets that they couldn't possibly fathom morph into over time. So it's kind of like the Sith Lord of irresponsible wizards. So they're kind of like this like dark, decrepit sort of semi-crazy, but they're thought gifted with strange cosmic insights that let them extract knowledge from other creatures.
Are they inherently evil or just inherently dangerous?
Good question.
They are evil, but because you rolled in a 20 again, you seem to remember them being evil, but they can be negotiated with. They're not like chaotic evil, like pure, like just chaos. They're actually, it seems like you might be able to work a deal with these sorts of creatures sometimes. You've heard tell of that.
Oh.
Pyric.
Ah,
Pyric. Get some knowledge from it. Use your superior intellect. Maybe with our new friends.
I know.
Inspiration.
That's great. Okay, Cowlick. I don't want you to freak out. But there's something spiny and gazy around that pillar. And Mr. No Think, you and I, we might need to have some words.
I strum on my lyre dramatically. Dring.
I take a step so that he's in. It is in clear view. They are in clear view.
Doc, can you move your token? Do you have control over it? You should. You should be able to drag that thing and move. Like, see if you can move one square up.
I'm trying to see mine.
You should be in the bottom of your screen. Can you see it? Let me see.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you got it. Nice. Only one square up, though. I don't know where you moved to, but you went out of control.
Can't. Let me see. It just shows there's like a black box. When I lift
Oh, you can't see the black? Hang on. Wait.
You got to give him his candles.
I got to give you
his luminosity. That's the only way you can see it.
Light the candles.
Hang on a second. I got to get to the right layer. Hang on. I was in DM mode here. Hang on a second. I'm going to get you back to where you're supposed to be and give you some vision here. So I'm going to edit you here. And you are now generating light. Can you see yourself now?
No, I'm still just like a little blue box with like a line and a dot on it.
All right, hang on. Wait. Let me give you sight. Can you see yourself now?
Can you see me now? No. Oh, I see you moving me. I just see the little blue box.
Hang on. Wait. Let me make sure. That's weird. But we'll have to figure that out. So you can watch. You can see on Rafe's screen though, right? So you can watch along over there. I'll fix that for next time.
What if I see myself? Oh, okay.
You can move yourself, but it's not showing you the map. You don't see the map, do you?
Right. I can kind of guess.
Yeah, I've seen that before once. I have to figure out how to get you working with that. I think it might be the dynamic lighting thing, but
gotcha.
Yep, because it's working for you. So Seppi and Rafe, you guys can see everything normally, right?
And we see him.
Yeah.
Oh, Emerald Gazer.
Oh wait, here we go.
Take your time and try to figure it out, Russ, because we've had this issue before. So
how about now?
No.
Any better, Doc?
Around. No.
No. Okay, wait.
No. Weird.
Is it a centering issue?
No, there's like a setting in here to give you dynamic, like, oh, wait. There we go. I think I got it.
Oh, there we go. Yep, perfect.
All right, let me fix some things. I kind of goofed you up now. Let me fix you back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
So you do not have sight. You generate light 10 feet by 10 feet. All right, is it still working? Let me move you again.
Yep.
All right, cool. And someone gave you a red X. We're going to get rid of the red X. Okay, good. All right, so now you should be able to move yourself 1 square forward and be right behind Euphemia. Is that where you are?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, for those keeping track at home, if you're running this problem, it's under the, when I click the token and click settings, you got to go to dynamic lighting and give the token vision. And that solves it.
Can you give a radius? Like, can you say 10 foot?
You can, under advanced, you can say they emit light and how much they emit light. And then you can also give them night vision. And then you can also give them limited field of vision. So you can kind of say the field of vision is reduced for whatever reason, like they were hit by blind or something.
Well, or they have candles, right, for 10-foot vision.
Right. Actually,
Okay.
I'm going to put the candles in for 10 feet.
Double candles.
10
That's right. I said 10.5 feet. I'll give you 11 feet because of 2 candles. Not really how it works, but sure. All right.
Math. D&D math.
All right.
All right, I've got an action while Pyrrhic's leading this charge. I want him to keep doing what he's doing. I'm going to try to use my stealth and hide in shadows and move to here.
All right. Go ahead and move your character and make a stealth check.
Oh, Mr. No Think.
And I don't know that I want to use my inspiration, but does it work? Do I have to say I announce it ahead of time? I can't remember.
You have to announce your inspiration before you roll.
Right.
Although I would, if you really felt that was important, I would let you do it now because I'm being nice and generous.
No, I'm okay.
And it's Doc's first game, so we're we're giving a little bit of space.
I'm okay.
But that was not a great roll. Just saying. But you do get to where you're going. From there, you can definitely see that picture I put up earlier, that creature. You can see him from where you are now on the map, right?
That's what I wanted.
So notice on Rafe's screen now, he can only see what he can see. So check it out on the shared screen. Most of Doc's characters now out of line of sight, but he can still see Pyrrhic and the creature. And also, Doc, from your screen, you can't see all this, but we can see what Rafe can. I mean, he can see down these stairs. Right. And there's a door on the left at the bottom of the landing, and a passage goes to the right.
Oh, this is awesome.
So that's your movement, Rafe. Would you like to take any actions? I know you're doing a stealth.
Does he orient his one eye? Depends on what I see him do, if this is allowed. Does he orient himself to me? Like, does he look like he sees me move?
It looks like he's getting antsy and preparing to ask everyone to roll for initiative.
All right. I draw my bow and arrow.
But he does seem like he's not at that point yet. He's like, could leap out and strike, but maybe not. Like, he's on the edge. Like, he doesn't like this. It looks like he's very uneasy that he's being surrounded because Pyrrhic's going on one side, you're going on the other. Definitely not the kind of movements that would be considered of a guest or someone not trying to slay you.
All right. I don't draw any weapons.
Okay.
You're a barrel.
You're a barrel.
Oh, yeah. Does the barrel move with me?
Does the minor illusion, let's look at that spell. Does it move?
I suppose I could move it. I was going to leave it in place.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, so since he's going to leave it, the barrel's back where the Hobbit was. He just kind of walked through it.
Right. I was hoping he would think you're still in there. So I left the barrel.
Huh. Mr. No Think.
Any physical interaction with the image makes it go away. I was just reading the thing. So by passing through it, it disappeared.
Disappeared. There we go.
Yeah. Poof.
Mr. No Think. How did you end up down here?
It says, I live here. Why are you here?
The Red Brand have summoned us. Do you work for the Red Brand?
Information. That's what you desire. What can you give me?
I have some blueberry crumble.
I was just thinking that.
Food. From the halflings, auntie.
Yes. And I have a very clear image of Minotaur etchings in my head.
It's our etching. I like the food. All right, make a persuasion check, Seppi, with advantage because you mentioned food.
Okay.
Did you remember? You didn't say to me you were bringing any blueberry crumble with you.
I assume it is Euphemia who has a blueberry crumble. She would steal it and keep it, knowing Euphemia. And so it's Euphemia's job to now convince him because she's probably better at it.
Okay. So
I indicate to Euphemia, get out some crumble.
I like Seppi's where he's going with this, but I don't know if you want to GM like retrograde this, but I didn't think of grabbing any blueberry crumble.
all right, here you go. Make an intelligence. Oh, you know what? It'd be a Hobbit activity check, which you're going to go with.
I love it.
Because you're always storing food.
Advantage this. You would steal
So make
as
a
much as
wisdom
you
check.
could.
Give me a wisdom check to see if you were smart enough as a halfling to always know food is handy. Because ironically, it would be at this moment if your halfling was smart enough to think of that. So make a wisdom check. I'm going to say.
I got.
You got a straight up 13. I was going to give it a DC 12 because hobbits generally store food. So yes, you have a small piece of crumble with you that could be rationed out or given away.
Perfect.
Have you had such a halfling delicacy as this blueberry crumble?
One taste, one information.
Well,
Feed
maybe
me,
it deserves,
halfling, and he smiles with these big, sharp teeth.
maybe it deserves more than that. No, think like I'm going to picture in my head how good it tastes. Don't you think it's worth more?
Does taste good. Give me a bite, halfling. He's looking at you, halfling. Looking directly at you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what question do you want to ask him before you give it to him?
I'm letting Pyric lead it, and then when Pyric tells me, I will deliver the blueberry crumble.
Okay, Karlik, what are you doing right now? Stand back where you are? Get any activity going on?
I'm just giving dramatic music in the background, trying to get his tummy rumbling.
All right, so a little like hunger. Do you want to
to
pass Bardic inspiration on either of these folks trying to do something here? Like, are you having your song like try to influence one or the other?
Not yet. Just yet.
Okay.
Just
All right.
setting the mood.
Cowlick,
You guys hear
dinner
gentle music that kind of really feels like dinner time tunes.
Yeah, ring the
You
dinner
get a little
bell,
hungry. It
Cowlick.
hasn't been that long since breakfast, honestly.
Ring the dinner bell, Cowlick.
Dinner
This
leader.
bell is a thing.
That's bad.
I want a full line of percussion instruments for the Minotaur. Cowbells, triangles. Ding.
I could probably do a good tap dance with my cow hooves.
So, Karlik, did you move over to the corner? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I moved
All
on.
right, fair enough. Okay. So,
How
Euphemia,
many?
what are you doing? Are you going to try to? Are you waiting for? So, Seppi? Are you going to make the play, or?
Yeah, I'm making Pyric. I tell Pyric I give him the sign, like, keep going, and when he gives me the sign, I'll deliver the blueberry crumble.
Okay there, Mr. No Think. Now, how many of these red brands are here? And when did you last see them?
Which kind of red brands? Would you like to know about glass, or spiders, or the eye monster? Oh, or would you like to know about the captives?
Let's start with the captives. These are Cowlick's people, I assumed, as I look back, because he's a professional captive. Where are they?
The creature looks at the Minotaur. I've never seen a. And you start to feel a
Minotaur.
sharp pain. You start to feel a sharp pain in your head, Karlik, can you make a wisdom perception? Wisdom save. I know it's not a wisdom save. It's a insight check. Make an insight check.
Oh.
Yeah. The pain gets very sharp, and he's like, Minotaur, interesting. You have interesting people and heritage.
To hide in a cave is not very brave. That's vicious mockery on him.
Ooh, nice. You going to do vicious mockery on him?
Yeah.
That does damage.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh no!
All right. So the Minotaur just lashes out with a vocal insult about hiding in caves and not being braves. The tone of his music changes. Go ahead and is there a save against that? How does that one work?
It's a save. Yep.
All right.
Oh, that's damage. 60 feet. I got to be able to see him.
You got that.
I think it's wisdom, isn't it?
Wisdom save.
saving throw or D4 damage.
So if he fails, he's going to take damage.
Yep. DC.
And what's your DC?
13.
He fails it. Roll damage.
Alrighty, 4 damage, and he's got disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Nice.
Oh, Raging Bull! I scream, Raging Bull! You made me go!
The creature reels back in apparent physical pain. I mean, it's really weird because you guys have never seen a bard in action like this before, and the Minotaur just sort of sings an insult at him, and the creature sort of it's got just one big eye and no nostrils, but it's got these little ear holes, and blood starts to come out of one of its ears, and it sort of recoils back in pain and squints, and it's sort of it leers back at you, Karluk, and its eye just starts to glow and penetrating gaze back into your eyes. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
And you guys feel there's almost energy shooting out of you can't see anything, but it's almost there's this palpable energy shooting out of its eye and hitting the Minotaur full on. You may want to use inspiration on this roll, just saying. If you want to really be a badass bard and kind of stand up to this thing. Ooh, that's nice. What'd you get?
17. Yep, 17.
You feel there was this huge wave of something that was going to really, really hurt. And potentially literally steal the life from you, but you reflect it back and repel it. Although it didn't feel good at all. And the creature's
my candles stand firm.
the candles flicker, but then come back up.
Right, exactly.
In full strength. Just ding! And you're oh, and the creature's getting ready to. It looks like these two are getting ready to throw down unless someone's throw some water on this situation. Seppi, Rafe, you got a moment here to try to calm things down, or what?
No. If the two of them, if Raging Bull has happened, we are just going to escalate the situation.
Euphemia, you've got the blueberry crumble. You might be able to calm things down.
Nope. I'm going to. How does this work? Do I draw? I forget. Is it a quick action?
Are we going to roll for initiative?
A free
we're
action?
going to initiative. That's what we're going to do.
So when we went to when the mind blast happened, I no longer will negotiate with evil.
All right.
So,
fair enough. To be fair, the Minotaur shot first. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
true.
The Minotaur definitely did a Han Solo.
Right.
That's the thing.
All right.
And poor Guido. Yeah.
I forget where initiative is.
All right. So on your character sheet.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Now I added this new thing called Initiative Tiebreaker. So you'll notice that on some people, it'll put their actual dex score after it to break the ties. All right. So I need, Rafe, you got to roll initiative. You done that yet?
Yeah, it's not showing. I got an 8.
You got an 8? Okay, I'll put you on there.
It's saying you wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no Valen token was selected.
Oh, that's weird. I have to fix that. All right, I know how to fix that now. Let me add you to the turn tracker. What'd you roll, an 8?
An 8.
All right. And there we go. All right. So here is our initiative order here. And you can see this little, so everybody should see on their screen somewhere a turn order list.
Yep.
And you can actually see on there the orders of combat. And I always like to add this little extra. You can, as a DM, you can add little rows for tracking all kinds of stuff. I always put an end of turn row in there so everybody can see that. And you can see that if I haven't shared the name of the monster, it doesn't show up, but I have, so I probably should do that. But in any case, we can see that the Nothic clearly won initiative, so he gets to go first. And I'm going to make a little intelligence check for the Nothic here. Ooh. He says, I still want crumble, but Minotaur must leave. And you're hearing this in your head, remember. There's no actual sound coming out of his mouth or anything.
Okay.
That's what he says. He also appears to be holding his action, which is something you can do. So he's got to specify, and I'm writing it down here, he's got to specify a very specific thing, and then he can interrupt and do his turn then. So, but he appears to be like ready. He's like, all right. So next up is Pyrrhic.
All right. Can I move and then release the power of the Nord? Is that something that I can do?
You can do that.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
And because I know the no thing from my study is dangerous, malicious, and evil. Right? That was something my 20 allowed me to know.
They are generally considered devious, malicious, and evil, but as I mentioned, they can be negotiated with. They're definitely not good creatures. There's nothing about that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can't trust this thing. We have to go deeper.
Right.
And so, yeah. Okay.
So what are you doing?
I moved up around the bridge to flank him.
Yep.
I had to get his attention because I know Euphemia likes to get behind people and stab them.
Yeah.
And to make sure he must have terrible depth perception and peripheral vision.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to draw his attention out here and release the power of the Nord.
Ooh, okay. So Ray of Frost?
Yeah.
All right. Roll. You can attack roll with that, right? So you got to roll to hit.
It is true.
And then you roll damage.
I'm
all right.
going to, feel the power of the Nord.
That's a lot of dice you got there.
That rolled way too many dice, but
that's okay. But
I got a 12.
What'd you get for the hit?
12.
Okay, so the frost beam goes at him, but he easily dodges it, and it smacks into the column next to him and freezes some of the rock. He was holding his action to attempt to gaze at the first person to attack him, which was you.
Great.
So, again, he takes his eye and he glares right at you, and you feel this dark, necrotic energy come racing towards you. Make a Constitution saving throw, Pyrrhic.
Woo! Yeah, eat it.
16, and again
18 total.
18. You feel yourself strong enough to stand up against it, and it washes over you, but you're unaffected.
Yeah, now Andy, his attention is the emerald eye
on you, and he looks very frustrated that he's 0-2 on this whole gaze thing. You're like it feels like that's his ringer move, and he's a little frustrated it's not working out today.
Okay.
All right. Up is Euphemia. What are you going to do?
I'm going to shoot with my bow, so I have a couple questions.
Yeah, sure. Shoot.
Question 1 is draw. I did not draw my weapons, so is drawing my bow and knocking an arrow.
Drawing a weapon is a bonus action. You get one bonus action a turn, one move, and then a full action.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So I'm not going to move.
Okay.
And I'm going to draw my bow and my arrow.
Yep.
And I'm going to shoot.
All right, take a shot.
But I suddenly have an issue on my character sheet. My character sheet has short sword twice. Somehow I don't have my short bow.
Oh, you used to have a short bow. I remember.
I know, so I don't know what happened. So
that's okay.
Rather than waste time now, I'll just
roll a d20 and add your attack bonus, and we'll be fine.
I think it should be +5.
It's your dex bonus. Yeah. Right.
How do I get to the dice again? Because I've been rolling off my
left
sheet.
side of the screen. There's a little d20 on the icon list there. See right next to the turn tracker. There's that little d20.
Oh
icon.
yeah. Okay.
Mouse over that and mouse down to the D20. Just click it. And you got a 16. Even without modifiers, that is a hit.
All right, yeah.
So your
'cause otherwise-
arrow strikes true. Roll damage.
And is Pyric within 5 feet of him? Did he move up
No,
into the...
Pyric is actually, you can't see him well. He's actually he's on the other side of the chasm in the shadowy
Okay.
part there.
All right.
He's on the other side of that chasm.
And then I just have to double check because I don't want to get Pathfinder confused in my head. So in order to have advantage, he already struck, so that's not it. He has to be within 5 feet. What's the other way that I get advantage?
Surprise, I believe, which you don't
Okay.
have.
All right. All right. So it's not a sneak attack.
Nope.
So then is an arrow D4 or D6?
D6. 1d6. Just click the D6 right there. Just click that. 6 points of damage. Do you have any bonus damage? No?
Yeah. Do I add my dex bonus?
Yes.
It's 9 points total.
9 points of damage. Excellent. All right. He is, and again, in 5th edition, we don't quote hit points, but we do. There's one status we'll tell you, which is bloody, which means he's below half. He is not bloody. The arrow does wedge pretty deep in between his sort of like curvy, semi-chitinous body, but there doesn't seem to be, he's not really in bad shape. He just looks like looks very grumpy about getting shot by you, though.
Right. Thunk.
Yep, exactly. All right, next up is Karluk. What are you going to do, Karluk?
Karluk's going to keep Lear in hand and just charge straight forward and gore the Nothic with its horns and yell out, "Our will is not weak. You will give us the information we seek."
Ooh, nice. All right. So, yeah, the Minotaurs do have attacks with their horns. They actually have a couple of cool ones. So, your attack.
Can he knock him into the ravine?
Oh, my gosh.
There is a charge. There's 2 different things, right? You can gore, and there's like 2 different moves you have. I forget what they are, but.
Hammering horns.
Bull rush.
Yep.
Oh, I can. 5 feet. Yep. Okay, cool.
You can push him, right?
Yeah, I sure
So
can.
he can actually bash him, and he was diagonally. So if you charge straight up there and hit him diagonally, you could throw him into the pit.
Yeah, move yourself down one there, Doc,
Oh, okay.
and then knock him diagonally.
Yeah. If you
Right
stop
there.
1 square sooner,
No, the other direction.
Sooner. There we go. Yeah, that'll knock him off. I see it.
then
Yep.
you hit him that way, you'll knock him right into the ravine diagonally.
Right.
That's awesome. I love it. So
So
the Minotaur charges forward. Would you roll to hit?
22.
Nice. That is a square hit. So what are the rules? Is it automatic or is it an opposed strength check or anything like that? Or
Let's see here. First, there's damage, and
Okay.
that is. Oh no,
not a D20?
they're gonna do that. Nope.
What
Nope.
are the damage dice?
Well, you have a 19 for the opposed whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The damage is going to be like a D6 or a D8 or something. What do you got?
Yeah, it's a D6 plus 4.
So just roll a D6 and add 4. You can use the little
Okay.
dice roll on the left-hand side there.
All right, let's see here. Oh no, that's 40.
That's 46. No, just click the D6 once and then you can do the annual.
There you go.
10.
10.
So he takes
I'm
10.
warmed up with all the dice rolling there.
Nice.
All right.
So he takes 10 points. He is definitely now he looks bloodied. He looks like that just messed him up. And now what happens? Is it an opposed? You rolled a 19 for the opposed check. What happens next?
What's your strength there, Doc?
All right, so that was Goring Rush.
Yeah.
That's a move action plus a bonus action
Yep.
to do that. And then to do Hammering Horns, it says it's actually part of an attack action.
Oh, wow. So now you have an attack action you can do. Holy crap.
Right, so this supplements my attack action. Target must be within 5 feet, no more than one size larger than me.
Yep.
So the Nothic must succeed on a strength saving throw DC of 14.
And if he fails, he gets knocked back. Is that what
10
happens?
feet. He gets pushed 10 feet.
Wow, nice. Okay, so he fails. He gets a 9. So he goes back 10 feet. So 1, 2.
Nice.
And the pit is not a good situation. So the fissure is 20 feet deep. And any creature that falls down takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage. So, Doc, would you like to roll the bludgeoning damage? Go ahead and roll 2d6.
Can
This
do.
guy.
Whoa!
Oh, he falls down and takes 11 points as he smashes into the bottom, almost max damage. The Minotaur just comes in and like just cleans house, and The Nothic goes flying through an arc in the air and smacks into the side of the cave and slides down. Now, does this attack do any damage as well, or is it just bounces him, right?
That's
awesome, though.
Yep.
He
How do you like the pit? You cannot match it with my wit.
Nice. That was awesome. Doc, take a point of inspiration for the trash talk. All right. So the Nothic is looking like messed up, a little crumpled, still alive, but
did he land on his feet? Did he land on his back? Did he land on his eye?
Like on the ground trying to recover. So he's prone at the moment. He's prone.
Okay.
Which is a D&D state, and it's not ideal. So he's down there prone on the ground, and that is the end of the turn.
Okay.
So we're back to the Nothic. And it is looking like a mess. So from the Nothic's point of view, he's tried his best move twice, done nothing, and just in like 6 seconds, which is one turnaround, just got hammered to near death by the three of you. He
shouldn't have looked away from the Minotaur. He should not have looked away.
he partly stands up as, mercy, information for you, no crumble for me. Not worth it. He paused. He's just holding himself up with one hand and kind of holding his hand up. Mercy.
I say we accept that deal with an added bonus. If you teach Pyric a wizard spell, I will give you Blueberry Crumble. I will.
All right. So on that note, I'm going to make a note about that, and we're going to have to pause here because it's 8:02. But let me just.
Oh, super fun!
That was awesome.
I hope you enjoyed it. I hope Pyric is not super annoying. He's supposed to be annoying, but I hope he's not unfun to play with.
I love him. He's great.
Excellent.
Awesome. I'm already set up with my next rhyme. I got to write it down.
Excellent. So Dan, you got to kind of have a list ready to go. I love the rhyming thing. That's fantastic. Yeah. And the Minotaur's working well. So side note, Dan's like, okay, crazy character idea, Bard Barbarian, multi-class. And I was like, well, that'd be awesome, but I don't know about multi-classes. And then when I got the Greek book, so the Legend of Theros came out, which is all the Greek stuff for D&D 5e. It's an entire Greek world. And I was like, oh my God. So first I was like, oh my God, they have fawns. I was like, oh my God, he could be a fawn. And I was like, well, wait, the Barbarian Minotaur thing. But I also knew we were losing all of our heavy hitters and our healer. So the bards can heal, and the Minotaur, as you can see, can hit
as a punch.
Yeah,
wow.
So I think
I did not realize in one swoop we can remove all of Canada and combine Craig and Dave.
It's like you got all the gravy and none of the poutine.
Nice.
All right. Awesome. All right, guys. Fantastic session. I'm looking forward to next. Can we all play again next Monday?
Are we doing Mondays?
Yes, Mondays. Work for everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
So let's keep it tight to 2 hours. Get in, have some fun, get out. And we got farther than I thought we would tonight. I thought we'd be mostly just working on the
Oh,
game,
good.
So
I thought maybe I derailed it with too much on.
No, I like that stuff. I don't know.
No, I'm absolutely still wondering why you guys laugh at some of the comments I make. I don't get it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
All righty, guys. So we'll hear what the Nothic's answer is to yes, Rafe.
Don't go. I have some housekeeping questions, but do you want to do that off air?
Well, we can do it right now. I don't mind.
Okay. So I want to add the short bow, which I think I did.
Yep.
And one of my questions is, does it use a strength? It's asking me for strength bonus.
Yep.
For damage. I forget in this edition.
No, the bows are dex. It's dex bonus for the bows.
For damage, though.
Yeah, for damage. Yep.
Okay. All right.
And I have a shameless plug.
Yeah.
If you have not gone and accepted Kaiser Cucumber as your personal overlord and master, you should go to fightingabox.com and vote on our interactive comic strip called The Adventures of Kaiser Cucumber.
Oh, I did vote on that, and that was fun to vote on, actually.
Yeah.
So how do people vote?
So they go to our website, fightingabox.com. You click on the clock tower.
Wait, slow that down so if people never heard of it. So it's
fightinabox.com. and you click on the clock tower, and that will take you to the Adventures of Kaiser Cucumber, which is a comic strip powered by Terrible Democracy. Basically, everybody that we know, we miss playing games with them at conventions. So I stuck everybody in the head of a giant evil cucumber. So every week we vote on what the evil cucumber is going to do, and then the following week, it's published every other week, you see the results of your actions. That will permanently change our next title as far as art, world building, and promotions. And the next title is called Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber.
Nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
I love
It's
it.
super fun. It's super fun. Massive production values for a comic strip.
It looks awesome. So excellent. All righty, guys. We'll have a great evening, and we'll do this again next Monday.
Woohoo!
All right. Take it easy,
Sounds
boys.
good.
Guys.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.